Yeah, हमेशा होता है. Like I'm like, what is wrong with my internet? Always screws up
Naveen
at some
fucked
point or
it
the
up.
other. Yeah, I know. Like I take the blame completely. It's my fault. Yeah. Having said that, come and talking a bit about the match. I think Mr. Shiva Shakti is out because he was
Yeah, yeah.
limping off,
Hmm.
and
Substituted by with
Parag
Parag.
Parag has come in. 5 minutes into the match, in the second half, guys, BFC has to find a way back into this match. Because it's not that it's not doable. Like Odisha is not a team that is difficult to beat. Right? At least seeing by what we've seen in the first 45.
Yeah, of course, but I think BFC will also have to find like slightly different way maybe,
Uh-huh.
because again for the past 5 minutes also it's not like I've seen them try to be a bit more creative, use the midfield a bit more. So yeah, I mean, I think that would be a bit of mm, a bit more difficult because Odisha is also like the whole team is at this point in time positioned in a way to defend for that,
Correct.
right? Like they have their positions held and everything. So yeah, I mean, if BFC are to find a way, they'll have to look for a different route, basically. And I even just wanted to mention that during the halftime show, even I think Mace and Darren were also mentioning that Gurpreet should have made that save
See,
from the goal. He had a very clear vision, and he knew it was very obvious, especially when it was being shown from his angle. No,
yeah.
it was very obvious that he knew that shot was coming. So if you know that shot is coming, he literally waited till the very last moment to make that dive. So I mean, he has got to be more proactive as a keeper in that situation. And yeah, I mean, he should have made that save. Yes.
Well, Sandeep, can we say two matches, two mistakes from the goalkeeper Gurpreet? Because in the last match there was a fumble from him, right? That's led to the goal.
Uh, I mean, I still don't think this was a mistake. You probably you can say. I mean, in the replay you saw it, but I still think he saw it too late. Maybe he went down too early also. Some sort of a responsibility for that.
Yeah.
But last match was a mistake, and that coming at the cross or punch the cross and you miss it and it's all over the place. That's a problem.
Right.
This one, at least, I would rather look at the strike rather than the keeper there with the strike. Hit with a lot of power.
Well, there's a change happening.
Not many
Yeah.
keepers in
There's a
India
change
can save.
Pedro
happening on
coming
the.
in for Mauricio. Expected change.
See, not many keepers save that. Right? That's all he can say. Hugo Lloris might have saved it, sure, but not many in India
I
can
doubt
save.
if Hugo Lloris would have stayed given his current form. It's not
One
that good.
mishap that is also. Yeah. I mean, you disregard the keepers very quickly, no, sir.
Yeah, yeah, very quickly because I have been a keeper all my life.
I've seen some ghastly saveness made to the point of his own detriment. He's
Yeah,
got
yeah.
so many times.
I enjoy myself.
As normal human beings like us who don't have a career in football, we sort of try to turn your back and all when that shot comes. But Naveen plays with his heart and his brains in the house and also. I've seen some crazy that he's done.
Yeah, yeah. I've taken a lot of
You,
beating. That's what
you know what
happens.
I'm talking about, huh, Naveen?
I do. I very well do. I'm still alive and kicking.
Barely, but okay.
All right, set piece for BFC. What can they make of this?
Nothing.
Yeah.
But I think even from Odisha's end, it was kind of headed in dangerously. I mean, the header literally went towards their goal. I mean, I really don't know what was happening there.
Wait, didn't this linesman just flag for offside there?
Let me see.
Oh.
India में linesman they just flag randomly sometimes. I, I mean, I was there at this match. The BFC played. You know, in Bangalore.
Yeah.
I thought that was offside because I mean, in this stadium you don't have reason, right? So you're trying to figure
True.
out what is happening,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we saw one replay somewhere in screen. We're like, oh, okay, it looks like
Uh-huh.
that guy might be offside. After I wrote the report came out and spoke to some people, no, that was not offside. That was a wrong call. So I had to call and say, please change the report. That was that's not a right call
Hmm.
because it looked like it was a goal, but then the only reason that could not have been
Yeah, yeah.
a goal was an offside.
And that was one banger of a goal as well.
Yeah, yeah. Both. I think what was the goal? I didn't. Yeah, it was corner. I really enjoyed watching Northeast play there live because they're
Mm-hmm.
Jitin, right, who they've signed. You can see him and you know
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
a seven from Kerala. The way he runs, the way he dribbles
Yeah.
his
Yeah,
shoulder,
yeah.
moving that way, everything. He's sevens football.
But then he has nothing. After that, he doesn't
But
know what to do with the ball.
that is also sort of very sevens footballery where you just hit. Because I think two people are already at the post. And
Yeah.
in this guy, I don't know. I mean, if he becomes, they have good. Betcha is good. Being the number 10 is a good player, very tricky player. So they have a lot of talent this year. If
Oh,
they
Shubham
can
Sarang is
keep all
down.
their foreigners,
Well, he might not get a yellow card.
Saved.
That's what I'm saved for the next
But we
match.
shouldn't say that. He's going off on a stretcher. It might be major.
if Northeast United, right, if they can keep all their foreigners from not leaving, they might dance.
Yeah. So Dinesh Chandra is in for Shubham. Who
Someone had asked about
was that?
Santosh Trophy earlier.
Was that flagged? Huh.
Yeah, someone did, but not there on this live because technical errors.
Yeah, Santosh
But Santosh
Trophy
Trophy
only
is what it
the
is.
final knockout rounds are there in Saudi.
Yeah, makes no sense
I I
whatsoever,
don't
but it is
understand
what it
really
is.
why that happened. There was no
Oh,
need for that to happen, but I guess it's one of those
Indian
Saudi and
football
India are still.
AIFF logic.
I think that is Shaji's way of saying, okay, I'm doing something.
Yeah.
He's meeting
Like, after
hundreds of
seeing
people. I
last year, it
hope
makes
all
sense to
this.
have it only in India.
Yeah, very true. Like you go to the like hotspots, not at some like random place like Bhopal, like, where no one will turn up. Like no offense to Bhopal, but Bhopal, no one will come to watch a football match in
Yeah,
Bhopal.
yeah. And see, I
Like
mean, honestly,
even Bhubaneswar for that matter. Like I don't think people will turn up for say a Manipur versus West Bengal
hmm,
match.
see, it's as simple as that. I think um, I've said this like so many times that like despite the fact that I stay in Delhi and it'll be far easier for me to,
Why you
you know,
take the touch
be
backwards,
at
man?
matches, if they are held in Delhi.
Yeah,
But I always keep saying that there's no point in hosting games in Delhi because people won't turn up. Like just
true.
go to places where you know people will come, come
Yeah,
what may. So I mean, for any year, people in the in Kerala, in say Meghalaya, Mizoram, Manipur, people turn up for local matches. Yeah,
true.
like
Very
people
true.
will definitely come for a
Like
tournament
a
like a
Santosh Trophy,
Santosh
like
Trophy. So just take the games, just take it over there and reward those people for turning up for local games.
yeah,
Reward them for it. It makes so much more
like
sense.
Yeah, but for that first, AIFM needs to know like who their target audience is when it comes to such competitions. Like that sense is lacking, is what I think at this moment. They don't know who their target audience is.
Yeah.
Like it's a basic marketing 101. Unless you know your target audience, whatever you do,
Hmm.
it won't yield you results as much as it's supposed to. That's the problem. And like talking about Delhi, I think Abby now you can probably go and play there because you're playing at Ambedkar.
And
There isn't a
and
single
honestly,
football field.
Ambedkar is a very good stadium.
Yeah, it is indeed. Like
Very
absolutely.
good stadium.
Like Delhi Dynamos could have
Pure,
saved itself if it
yeah,
was to play in Ambedkar.
yeah. Pure football stadium it is.
Yeah,
I think the maximum capacity is some 20 to 25,000, I think.
more than enough.
Uh, and 50 or maybe 10,
Abby,
10
I
or
wanted
15
to ask you
across.
something.
Huh. Go on.
During the World Cup and all, right, you need to
Hmm.
have some n number of training pitches and stuff. So what happened to the training pitches and stuff that came up in Delhi, or they were looking at it that they used?
The training pitches were mostly they were within JLN only, like
Yeah,
in and around JLN, and they exist. I mean, not I won't say maintained very well,
yeah.
obviously,
I
but
think the local league matches happen there, right?
So is
yeah,
it like
yeah,
you can play?
yeah. It's playable. It's playable. Games are played over there. Like JLN may athletes also train, so they also use it. So yeah,
Everything happens.
it's in use, but yeah, it's not being maintained very well.
Okay. I was wondering what happened to them.
I I don't think any venue for that matter had a new training pitch built or a new stadium built for either of the World Cups. I think it was the existing facilities that were just
Yeah,
redone in some capacity or the other. Like even
redone
in
quite a bit over here
yeah,
also. I mean, it was relayed and everything, the
yeah,
pitch and
true.
all, and
Yeah,
it was done very well. I mean, the condition of the pitch at that point of time was supreme.
yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I mean,
And after that,
it's not
it's just neglected.
maintained. So yeah.
Yeah, like even in Bombay for that matter, the training pitches were there. One is open for public and go and play. Another one is a college pitch. So
Hmm.
these things are being used in some way or the other. But maintenance is again question mark. You don't know how much, who's
They're all
maintaining or how
natural
much is it.
grass or artificial.
Natural grass.
Natural. So I also understand, obviously, quite a lot of cost goes behind
Yeah,
maintaining
yeah,
natural grass,
absolutely.
but
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's probably an investment that at least for pitches that are existent and that were probably worked upon, have been worked upon. I mean, a bit of investment to maintain that would not be as much as when you have to get them ready for proper competitions or
Yeah.
something. Because at that point of time, the situation of the pitches is so bad that you have so much more work to do behind them. So, I mean, it's if it's maintained regularly and that bit of investment is made, then you won't need to spend that much money when and given the fact that we have this knack of hosting competitions, we
Oh
should be
yeah.
ready for it.
Like we just host competitions. That's our way
Yeah.
of playing competitions.
Ah, way of
Qualify
playing.
किसको करते हैं? हम तो host कर लेंगे.
Yes.
Who
Vietnam will
qualifies?
qualify.
Who qualifies, man? That's too
That's
mainstream.
old. That's
Yeah,
no
that's
too
so old
mainstream.
school
Yeah.
to qualify for competition. We'll host it, and I think the trend is continuing with the new dispensation as well. Like with an eye on the men's Asian Cup now in
Yeah.
2027, and God alone knows what next after that. And probably the women's World Cup could be the next thing that India is.
Abhi to like there's some time because this time it's happening in
New Zealand,
Asia.
Australia
So
next year.
it'll
So
go the
the whole
other
cycle has to
side.
finish. It has to travel and come back.
Yes.
Both the World Cups have to wait.
But I heard the
Yeah.
Women's World Cup didn't have any takers. People didn't pay enough money. Infantino sent some very harsh things
Oh,
about
Infantino is a
broadcasting.
very smart as in that. He's
Yes.
asking broadcasters to pay as much as they would pay for the men's competition, but the prize money there is a drastic difference from
Yeah.
what the women
Prize
get
money
when compared
comes
to men.
from sponsorship, man.
Prize money comes from.
Sponsorships. If you don't have broadcast, the reason why he
No, no.
Premier
So
League price money is so high is because
no,
they're
no, no, no.
broadcasting.
See. The thing is, if you're asking your broadcaster to shell in as much as money that one would for the men's competition, then you also make provision for the prize money to be increased. No, because anyways there is an inflow of money. What do you want? Like if through the broadcasters, right? TV deals. Anyways, you're getting more money
Broadcasters
coming in.
won't that much. Broadcasters will
No, but that is
like
what.
they would pay
Yeah,
for
that is
one.
what Infantino is asking, right? That is what Infantino is asking. So if you are asking for that, you should be in a position to increase the prize money.
Should. Oh, I would say
Okay,
what the
I
hell
am.
Oh,
was that
excellent
say? But
layoff.
say
I shall.
Oh,
what a punch, man! Wow.
Aye. Ne,
Gurpreet punched that ball to some other level. I liked it.
yeah,
A
I
very
mean,
odd punch, I
I'm
have to say. Like,
aghast at it.
like
Yeah,
just
very,
walking
very odd. I just looked at it and I was like, okay. It just seemed like he was punching somebody in the
but
face
this
or
you
something.
can't have Jerry free. Like, look at that defender was not marking him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the fact that Jerry has is free and has that much time to even take that shot. I mean, that's just
that's
poor
some
defending.
crazy
Sorry.
arm strength there,
Yes.
especially from that angle you can make out.
But again,
He
the
was punching
Yeah,
guy
somebody in the
he
face,
found a
man.
progress midfield between the defense and midfield. They keep doing this. There is still space between the out in front of the defense. Two times or three times so far I've mentioned it here. Oh,
okay. I shall react later.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I can hear Paul Macefield in the background.
I That might be my TV. That might be my TV.
Yeah, it just goes. Oh, sorry, shots right.
Yes. uh,
Sunil in
there's a
the build
try.
has been
Yes.
absent.
Yeah.
I think being a player that he is and the impact that he can have in front of goal, maybe he should play as the number 9 because he's not much involved much in the build-up as such. See, they're always attacking through the other side.
Yeah.
Who will telecast I League? I think it is going to be Eurosport. It's more or less done as far as I know.
Eurosport. Yeah.
Is
Hmm.
it been done? Because
More.
the tender was
I
just
don't think
announced
they've
today.
announced it, but it's almost done. It's almost
No,
certainly.
the tender was announced today. The invitation for tender came out just today.
It's bizarre, no? How far are we from I League? When
10,
is it?
So this is what I
Yeah.
heard.
2 weeks.
So now the
Is that
tender
I
is
League?
coming out. That's
Is,
insane.
I
Yeah, so
heard.
decision made on the 5th of
See, there are
February.
not many takers okay, for the tender. Also, I have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quite expected. Because this time the cost is more.
So I League
12
may
venues.
today you heard
11 venues.
that Rajasthan is going to play in Delhi, right?
Yeah.
That's the news that
Abby's very
came
happy
today.
about that.
Rajasthan got million. But they are not the only team. There is at least three other teams who are issue or the other with the home ground. Whether it is
Hmm.
leasing it for the time, whether it is uh, having to play at another ground, few things.
Yeah.
So I will not blame AIFF completely in that they can't announce the fixture as confirm the venue also. So I think I League will be delayed. Probably um, probably end of this year or early next year would be a decent time frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyways, it
So
doesn't take
But then you have to
super
see who's
time.
going to play the second division and when that is going to happen.
Second division, April, May, dude. Like peak summer heat. 2 o'clock kickoff.
We've covered I League ending in the summer, no? April,
Yeah, yeah.
May?
April, May, yeah. Not April, May, March, April it ends, right?
So 70 minutes in,
March, April.
Richard asked
Okay.
how Bengaluru playing. So 70 minutes in,
Not that great.
I think one dimensional, if if I may say so. And yeah, I do feel that there is kind of lack of ideas as to what they can do
There's no
and what they can't
spark in
do.
this team.
Um,
It's to be
they're
predictable.
struggling to find spaces. I think some credit must also go to Odisha because I think they've held the shape really well in the defense. But yeah, they're really struggling to find spaces. They're not using the midfield, like the attacking bit of the midfield, especially at all. Like maybe like a couple of instances, but overall, it's not being used at all. It's mostly like from the midfield, there it's going to the wings, and they're just trying to find a cross from there. But Odisha's covered the wings very well. So yeah, I mean, not great news for BFC so far.
I have to say this though. Odisha profligate. If they don't kill this game off, for it. Because
Yeah.
BFC, they just need one set piece to score. They have two really tall centre backs.
Um,
And Sunil, bizarrely, I saw him take corners a couple of times in the last few games. I don't understand why.
Yeah, he took
And they
one.
have Hussein especially.
No, he took one even today. Even tonight, he's taken a
But
few.
he also, yeah, last one was taken by Roshan though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So yeah, it is a little. They can always get one goal back, like Roy could hit the screamer.
Yeah,
All those
yeah.
things could happen. So Odisha, if they don't kill the game off, that's going to be a problem for them. Because they had enough chance to sort of at least make Gurpreet work a little harder, at least.
yeah, yeah, I'd agree with that. Also,
They got
that
instincts.
particular, yeah, in that
No, no,
particular
it's
cross,
like they got into this.
just a while back from Nanda also was decent. I think Jerry maybe should have been a bit closer to the BFC defender in order for him to have some sort of chance to find, either like use his body a little bit or find himself at the end of that cross. It was kind of an easy clearance over there,
Meanwhile, another corner for BFC, which is being dealt by quite easily, without much fuss.
straight into
Like that,
Amrinder's hands.
there seems to be like lack of
Oh,
spark in this
come
team.
on.
Like
Who are you talking about? BFC or Odisha?
I'm talking about BFC.
Yes, they need a creative player in the middle. And you know what? I was actually thinking about this the other day. When you look through the history of BFC, they never had a midfielder who you would say was insanely creative. Eugene, you can say yes, was very creative in that sense, but that was for maybe 2 seasons, season half, two
But
seasons.
and
They
then
had
like you had
Alvaro
Alvaro
for very
Rubio for a while. Yeah, played four
yeah,
matches.
very not even a while, like maybe
Yeah,
only great.
yeah.
Otherwise, whether whoever may be the coach, they've never had a creative midfielder. They've always sort of relied on white players, Sunil Chetri, Miku,
Hmm.
Yeah.
all these kind of people together. Plus, Eugene was
Freak
being
machines.
the possession. They had Eric Parthal, who really a creative player, but is a good player to have a very solid base to set up attacks, to start attacks. Dimas, again, number 8 more than a number 10. And their biggest
Absolutely.
Yeah.
purchase was number 10, who was Rafael Augusto, I think.
But how good was he?
And that didn't work. That didn't work out.
Yeah.
Right?
Hansy's comment is nice.
Why do people assume that that is my team? Because I cover.
Yeah, of course, because you cover that team.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
Last year I was accused of being like a paid
BFC
journalist.
man.
Yeah, I
Really?
mean, I was like, if they pay only, that would be great. Yeah.
Right now, I'm just a
So
journalist.
after
There's no pay.
review was, yeah, there's no pay. If they pay and all, it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yeah, like slyly
why
informing
not?
BFC, like it's an option.
सब ले रहे हैं यार, वो
There's no
भी ले
option.
ले.
uh,
As long as I'm working here, no chance. Like, the few jobs that I got, I didn't take because I didn't want to write only good things about stuff when things are not good.
but that is just life. That
You know, that
is.
honesty is lost, right?
Uh, oh, odd man.
What are you mumbling?
Oh, I'm not
Naveen,
mumbling
you.
anything.
He's just like, oh, oh, that's it.
Yeah, Sandeep is accusing me because he's not getting paid.
I'm
Not,
getting
Okay,
paid.
Hans,
not here, not anywhere.
yeah, I think other
Not
question
by
में Hansi was related to I
IDF.
League being. Hansi का दूसरा सवाल was got to do with I League, I
Yeah,
suppose.
yeah,
It getting
yeah.
postponed.
No, no, the tender being
Yeah,
released
like
so late.
it comes a week or two before the actual start of the competition. Like you expect things to improve with every passing year, but that's not the case when it comes to AIFF.
Of course.
We either stagnate or we just go backwards.
But
Kalinga
the men's
Stadium has been pretty
no,
busy over the
no, it's
past
not
2 weeks.
completely their fault.
Sorry?
No, so I think that is what Hansi is saying. Like, what was this thing? Why is it insane? It's not the first time it's happening. Like teams struggling to
No,
close
it
in
is
their deals
insane
for the
because
ground and blah
you
blah
don't
blah.
have a league which is. No, it's insane because you don't have a league which is sustainable. You cannot spend
Yeah,
80%
yeah,
of your
but
budget
it's
on
not the
players.
first time.
That is
Like,
ridiculous.
it is not the first time.
Yeah,
Like
it's
every
not the
single
first
season, we
time.
speak about the same.
No.
But again, but every year when it comes, I mean, it still feels so broken, right? Like,
Yeah,
I mean, as
like
as hopeful people, you kind of want ki chalo, like something gets better every year, but like it just doesn't happen.
but the thing is, hopeful people are not the decision makers. Hopeful people are elsewhere. Okay, I think BFC will score from a Odisha mistake only. No other way. I don't see another way of them scoring.
They're very stagnant at this point in time,
Ah,
like very
see,
stagnant.
even the crosses are like pretty dull.
Yeah.
Like there you go. There's nothing great happening as such.
But I do agree with Sandeep that Odisha need to kill the game
They need
because
to, yeah, of course.
especially towards in the last 10 minutes it'll get really dangerous from them for them because BFC will obviously keep pushing
Yeah, they'll throw the
and
kitchen sink once and then everything
yeah.
is there. And like BFC is known to do it. Like you put their backs against the wall and they find a way to score a goal and
Hmm.
like eke out a win or a draw for that sake. There's another question that's come in, guys. Sandeep,
Hmm.
promotion relegation in the I
No.
League this year. So
No.
Yeah, I mean,
there
in
is
the
a
I League
promotion,
for
right?
sure, relation is there.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
is no promotion.
Uh,
I mean, you can't say it yet, but I don't think there is going to be promotion.
yeah.
What a
But
what a
then again,
touch from Nanda.
relegation is like a very questionable thing. Last year, Kane Curry got relegated. BFC have a good squad.
I wouldn't
They
completely
do.
disagree with that. They have a decent
They have an okay
squad. It's
squad. Oh, that was a good shot.
decent. Yeah.
Yeah, they have an okay squad now. Like few more players could have
No, they
could
have
have
a
made
good
them
squad.
better.
There is maybe few things have to change. I really don't think they need the Javi in midfield. Really think that means one of the centre backs has to sit out, or Ramirez has to sit out.
There's only one centre back playing, right? But they're playing both of them. They're playing just one
No,
of
they
them.
go with Which and
Ivanovic and
no. I'm saying generally they go with two centre backs, two
but
foreign centre backs, and
yeah,
in
but
the
today
middle.
just
I really don't know what,
ye.
honestly, behind Nanda, what Jhingan was trying to do, because there was a man covering Nandakumar, okay, and I really don't know what Jhingan was trying to do by stationing himself just behind the fullback. I mean, you either be on his side trying to cover the complete angle or space, or you are a little farther away in the center to be between probable Odisha forward and the ball. I mean, just sticking so close to the fullback, it just doesn't make sense, to be very honest. I really, like, it was bizarre what he was doing.
I think meanwhile Hansi has asked another thing. I think this is something that we touched upon in the first half, which is in another link, which is there on the YouTube channel. क्योंकि बीच में technical issue कारण we had to restart everything. Hansi, we spoke about this at length क्योंकि first half में ज़्यादा कुछ हो नहीं रहा था except for that Nanda Kumar goal.
Plans coming on.
Eh, Without CL games, India's point is going to tank. I don't think actually India's point is going to tank. India, because
Isaac is in.
yeah, Indian teams tend to perform well in AFC Cup, तो वहां से तो points आ ही जाएंगे. Like at least they get out of the group. And if a team is good, they can also win that knockout phases and go deep into the competition, and that can help. And also another important factor about MA rankings is your national team's performance, and that is something that we need to be looking more at rather than hoping that clubs can help us improve our MA rankings. The national team needs to perform well, needs to do better at the Asian Cup because that's the next big competition for the men's team. Let's see how it goes.
Did you hear about what Stimac said? That he wants to get
About
into the quarterfinals and all.
Stima says a lot of things. I
Asian
think.
Cup.
I
Too
see.
far-fetched, I
I
feel.
kind of see. I actually think this time it would be much more difficult. Like even from the whole draw perspective, getting a reasonable favorable draw could be difficult because last time India's ranking was better because of which we ended up in a group where India was like the third best team. For that to happen this time, the national team has to perform well and improve their
It's not
rankings.
the
That's not
third
happening.
best team.
No, but on rankings, India was the third best team in Group A.
I think I
Ah,
think
okay.
it's मतलब he is hoping for it ना मतलब ठीक है
उम्मीदों
he'd
पे
be
तो
like
दुनिया कायम है.
ambition, तो होना चाहिए ना मतलब
Uh,
ambition क्वार्टर फाइनल कर रखेंगे तो मे बी ग्रुप में थोड़ा बहुत
एक
ठीक ठाक कर
वही
लेंगे
एक मैच तो
otherwise.
जीत ही लेंगे.
But yeah, I mean, it is it he's honestly he's just looking for a last hurrah.
Like, but what do you guys think? Like now that he's staying till the Asian Cup, irrespective of how the team performs at the Asian Cup, should Steamart stay?
He's not going
Like,
to stay. He has said
I
I'm
think
not
after
staying.
the Asian Cup, the cycle is over.
Yeah, yeah, and he
yes,
has said he's
Unless he
leaving.
gets into
he said
the
he's leaving.
quarterfinal.
No,
I was
no,
reading
that's
it
what.
I mean, maybe they
somewhere yesterday.
Irrespective
yes,
of the
no
result, just for the
thing so far
content.
saying that
Uh,
the AFF has not said that they want him to continue ever. And
yeah,
if
yeah,
they really
Yeah.
believed in him, they would have given a 2-year deal instead of this 6-month business.
Huh.
yeah.
So his days are numbered anyway, is what I would think.
But
And
then again,
he's just no. A lot of people
yeah.
didn't want Constantine to continue, but Constantine came out and said, "I don't want to continue." Managed to be like, did well.
Yeah.
At the so
So
Kumar is trying
that
to do the
begs.
same, but the difference is, can they do it?
But doesn't that beg the question? Like again, we there is a lack of continuity in this entire four cycle period because where is the team headed? Like again, you start from the scratch in
It's
the
a
next
national team,
cycle.
right?
Yeah, but
I mean, it's
again, it's
a
an
national team, right?
international.
A lot of the national
It's
team
an
managers
inter.
keep changing.
Yeah.
but not this frequently, do they?
For some, it
Like,
does change frequently
Constantine came
also.
for
See,
4 years. This guy came for 4 years.
yeah,
see, and I also think it's stagnated in that sense, right? What else does he have in terms of his contribution?
but that is
I
isn't
think
that the actual question? Like last time when a Constantine came in, the whole goal was to qualify for the Asian Cup. When Steamach came in, the whole goal was to qualify for the Asian Cup. The next guy who comes in, उसका भी goal ही रहने वाला है Asian Cup को qualify करो. And we all
technically,
know
But
we all
technically,
know
practice, we just have to continue to qualify for the Asian.
yes, exactly.
no,
The thing is,
see, the thing is qualifying for the Asian Cup should be a given. It shouldn't be your goal.
no, I see where,
But,
let's
oh,
be
If
wait,
you're
wait, wait.
talking
realistic,
Oh,
where
if
okay.
you're
we
talking
are,
if you're talking about ambition, that ball's not going anywhere.
Hey, it's injured. They are
no,
calling for him.
I am behind, I guess. What minute are you guys on?
85th.
Then they were shouting for people to come in. I thought something happened. The way he was reacting.
No, so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
Krish.
saying, in terms of where we are as as the Indian football team, right? Let's be realistic that our goal at this point in time, given our quality and given how others are stepping up, it is to qualify for the Asian Cup year in and year out. When
No,
we
I
when
agree.
we achieve that regularly, and meanwhile start to do better in the competition, that is when we can start looking forward.
So that is what I'm saying. So when you talk about having a goal, your goal shouldn't be qualifying for the Asian Cup. Your goal should be doing better at Asian Cup. Qualify for the Asian Cup should be a given by now. Because remember
We
the
are
final round of
still struggling
qualification,
to
which have,
qualify for Asian Cup.
we are
Yeah.
actually we are not struggling to qualify for the Asian Cup. We are not struggling to
That's
qualify
because
for
we
the
have
Asian
We
Cup.
this. There is
are.
almost no way
Naveen,
we
look
can't
at
qualify
the
for the
performances.
Asian Cup now. It's embarrassing.
Exactly my point. Exactly my point. Like there is no way that we cannot qualify for the Asian Cup because there are teams that are much worse than us, and it is a 24 team competition. So if India doesn't qualify for the Asian Cup, India should shut shop when it comes to football. So that
But
is what I
even then, we are
that's what I meant by
sort of
saying
struggling only.
we are not stuck. Like, did we actually struggle in those three matches that India played in Calcutta?
We have reached those matches. Reached matches qualified directly. Finished the one
No,
position ahead
no. I am
and
talking.
to that
We are talking
that
about
round.
qualifying. We are talking about qualifying. It doesn't matter how you qualify. You're talking about qualifying.
Yeah, see, that is the
That is
point.
exactly my
Like
point.
how you qualify
No,
means
no, no,
like Portugal somehow
no,
snuck into the World Cup. No,
no. Actually, so this is exactly the point. When you say qualifying for the Asian Cup as your goal, so it doesn't matter how you qualify. At the end of the day, you just want to qualify, right? That is the entire mindset which is wrong, is what I'm saying. Your goal shouldn't be qualifying
I
for the Asian Cup,
honestly
but
don't
doing
think we
well at Asian
have
Cup.
any high level quality.
We do not. So that is something that we
See,
have to
in
build upon, right?
technically right, no, do better than last year in the AFC Cup. We don't need to do much because we finished at the
Yeah,
rock
we need to
bottom
win.
in that group.
Yeah,
Won a match
but we won a
last year.
match. We won a match. Yeah. So, like,
Exactly.
do you think this current team can do better than that? Win a match,
I
or
don't
say
know.
win a
It
match,
depends
draw
on the
another
group,
match.
no?
Yeah.
Depends on the group, yeah.
Again, we're
Depends.
down to permutation and combination because our team has not progressed.
Yeah, yeah, of course we have not progressed.
Yeah.
Of course.
So that begs the
Honestly,
question:
If
is
if
qualifying for the
anything,
Asian Cup?
if anything, we've gone
So
behind.
exactly, why is that happened? Because our goal is still to qualify for the Asian Cup. That shouldn't be the goal. That should be a given. You need to
I
improve
think
your
the
performance has to
progression is
improve
because
at
of
the
team coach. Huh?
uh you just got cut. Can you repeat? What did you
I
just
don't
say?
think the lack of progression is because of the national team coach. Lack of progression is because of every other thing. The national team coach is just thinking of what I can see.
See, I
No,
think I
I
think
I see there is blame that lies with Steamach as well. You can't completely write him out saying that it's not his problem. It is his
Sure,
headache. If he's
sure.
the if he's the head coach of the team, the buck has to stop with him. What do you do with the team?
no, I do
No,
agree
so
with the
that's why
fact,
he's
and
leaving
I
after
also
2 years. No?
agree with the fact that he has really whether it's completely his decision or a decision that has come from above, he has also shrinked his player pool,
Yeah,
obviously. Yeah, so there is a level of blame that I feel that has to be put on Stimach as well. But
yeah,
in terms of whether the players can even do the bare minimum, that is really not on the national team coach. The players are developed at their clubs and not at the national teams. So the national team is, that is why, I mean, this whole idea of you need to stay together as a national team for like 2 3 months for you to gel together and
that is bullshit.
perform well, that's bullshit. Nobody else does that, right? Like nobody else does that. Everybody gets together during the international window, plays matches, goes back to their own club. So
Yeah,
it doesn't work
absolutely.
like that.
Yeah,
That's a stupid idea.
yeah.
What
Just
really needs to be done
Abhi,
is,
but just to answer Naveen Kumar's question there, we are into the injury time of the match. 4 minutes of injury time. Odisha still leading. BFC trying their best to win this match, but doesn't look like the win is coming their way today, at
I think
least so far.
no,
no,
they've
there's
not
nothing
made
very
any
sure
sort of
that
headway, to be very
such a
honest.
goal is coming.
Yeah. So yeah, that's about the match. But yeah, Abhi, continue.
Yeah, where was I? What was I saying? I
Asti
forgot.
Like blaming.
is right.
Yeah, so, but yeah, I mean, so as long as I do blame Stimach for his tactics, and for his selections, I do not completely blame him for the performances on the
Yeah, yeah,
whole, because
yeah.
the
It's not.
players have also not done enough. And the
Mhm.
players have shown certain capabilities in ISL, which is obviously low intensity compared to national team
True.
games also. But they have shown certain capabilities that they have themselves also not been able to implement in terms of the national team. So yeah, the
True.
blame is over there. The blame is obviously on the system. The system is never getting out of that blame, obviously, because we have
Yeah.
a very
Weird.
difficult system. So yeah, so all of these things are there. So yeah, but I don't resolve uh, Stimach completely of any sort of blame.
Yeah, it's a collective failure. So you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
you
it's a
yeah
collective failure.
yeah you can't simply write off Steamer saying that it's not his fault. It is his fault as well,
Yeah.
as much as it is a fault of the other people. So and for me at least, this all tips from the entire whole thing of what is that you're chasing. If you're so that's where I come in like that. That's where my thought process comes in. Okay? If you're still chasing qualification for the Asian Cup, then you have already regressed because the AFC has made it easy for
Fine.
India to qualify
Yeah,
for the
that
Asian.
is true. That I agree.
And 2040 competitive by hook or by crook,
I
you
can
will
regret
make
the
the
fact
Asian Cup.
that we didn't improve.
Huh? We
100% we
haven't
didn't
improved.
improve.
Why haven't we improved?
Yeah.
Because our goal itself is wrong.
No, I won't say that the goal
See,
is
I don't think.
completely
See,
wrong.
let's
This
let's
is
get this straight. Okay,
because
AIFF
we
has
are
no goal.
we are far
They just say
behind in terms of
they,
Asian
they
football,
just say
Naveen.
shit
We are far
and
behind in terms
We
of
are
Asian football.
absolutely
And
we are miles
for
behind Asian
us,
football.
for
So
us
if you
to
have to bridge
say,
that gap, if you have to
hmm,
bridge that
don't
gap,
don't hit
you
the
need
number.
to
Don't hit the
aim
number.
higher, right? You need to aim higher, which is what we are not doing.
no, so obviously progress is going to be a goal. Like it is
It is
not
never spelled
only,
out.
it is
Progress is never spelled out.
see, it's not
Qualify.
only qualifying for the Asian Cup, but obviously trying to do
No,
better than the previous time
the
there.
target given to Steamach, according to his own words, is qualifying for the Asian Cup alone. That's about it. Nothing more than that. He has to ensure that the team
No, but
qualifies.
that, see, you can't completely you
That
can't
is the reason
completely put
that
that
is the
there,
reason he was given a
honestly.
contract extension because
Agreed.
uh,
Agreed, Naveen. But I also think that you can't completely put it, because initially the target that was given to him was rebrand the type of football that we
yeah,
play.
that exactly.
So,
Again,
I mean, these are just,
we are not talking about the same thing. How disillusioned AIFF is.
yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, that too I'm not contesting. Sorry.
It
वहां
is
पे तो
very
contest ही नहीं करना मेरे
it is
को.
very disillusioned. and
Yeah.
and for me, even having a qualification for Asian Cup as your goal is part of this disillusionment. That shouldn't be a goal. It should be a given by now. कि 24 टीम का कंपटीशन है.
But
इंडिया एशिया में
हाँ,
24 टीम के अंदर है. Like India is one of the top 24 teams at least in the continent.
No, that I would agree with. Yeah.
So that's what I've been like. That's what I mean by saying like Asian Cup shouldn't be a goal, because
The
goal
match
is
is
something.
over or what, guys?
नहीं रे, हाँ, it should be the bell बोल रहा हूँ मैं.
Yeah, the game is finished. The ISL website shows full time.
हो गया ना, ठीक है.
so this
Okay,
is
so
the game that Bengaluru has gone on the road, and
yeah, and
they have lost to 1-1. Not a good start to the season by any
Yeah.
stretch of imagination. And the crazy thing is, the next two away games are Mumbai and Goa.
Nice. Nice.
that will be fun.
Between East
Yeah.
Bengal is they're coming home.
But
They play East
but
Bengal.
Yeah, but then again, you have to all you have to care about is making the top 6. I think that isn't beyond their reach.
yeah, that isn't, I feel. That
Yeah,
isn't. But
because they
yeah, I mean, honestly, I would.
Kerala started really well, right? And they got beaten twice in the next two games.
yeah, and they
So
play
there's
tomorrow again.
not much in it. This year, most of the teams are it's a 1 or 2. And against
But I
Hyderabad,
mean,
BFC
I
defended
would
for a long time. Hyderabad
here
did a lot of good things.
here I would really like to commend Odisha. I think honestly they were set up pretty well by
Yeah, game bow.
from out yeah, set up very well to uh, you know thought all sorts of offensive lines that are going to come from
Yeah,
BFC, very well read by the coach also, of how BFC is going to be. I mean, I'm not saying it's a given, as in we know how BFC plays, but even then, overall, very well read game, very well set up his own team, and I think that paid dividends because Odisha was able to contain BFC extremely well and create chances for themselves. I think they had some more than like I think about six six to seven good chances, and maybe three big chances. But yes, one goal, and that's the difference.
so that is BFC lacks cutting edge. There's a match tomorrow. Kerala playing Mumbai in Kochi. One of our viewers is predicting it Mumbai to win 3-1. Let's see how that goes.
I can,
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, and then there's more. BFC and UFC and EBFC are bottom four for Ashu. I think too early to say all of that, like because like we've been talking about for a while that it's too close to call. Except like if you keep two teams
Yeah,
away,
ISL like
तो
that
ही
is
किसी
very
कर सकते हैं.
close to call beyond
Uh,
maybe the top three
yeah.
teams or so.
Yeah, right. I think on that note, we should wrap up because or else we'll just keep chit chatting and blabbering shit that we usually end up doing.
Yeah.
Okay, it was good. It was fun, like good 90 minutes of football that we watched, even though it was delayed for me for at least 85 minutes of those 90 minutes. I reacted to things after people reacted, like 10 minutes after everyone else reacted. I will ensure that that doesn't happen next time. Hopefully, Hotstar will help me in sorting out this delay issues. So, guys, thanks a lot. We will get back pretty soon. I don't know when because as things go, we don't know when we get back together. Thanks, Sandeep. Thank you, Operation and thank you everyone who's joined us. And